Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back, my friend. Man, I cut that song a little short. I apologize. I'm excited to be here today. This is Bjjbrick Quick. My name is Byron. This is our second edition of a law enforcement episode. I meant to crank out a few of these a little more quickly. Here we are in like the 90s. I don't know where we're at for sure as of my recording, but I meant to have a few more of these out there for our brothers and sisters trying to keep the peace. Confidence in a fight. Now, this obviously is not just for law enforcement, but you might have a teammate that's in law enforcement. You might be in law enforcement yourself, or you might be thinking about that. So, I don't know where you're at. You might be in a fight or a situation where confidence helps out, which is probably most situations. I've been in a few physical altercations in my job. I'm a first responder, I'm a firefighter. And they weren't like fights where we were punching and getting punched. They were just, let's hold this person down because they're going to make some pretty big mistakes. And just controlling people. I've done this a handful of times. I've seen a paramedic get punched and then jumping on that person, and the fight was over. No more punches thrown whatsoever. Talking to the person, trying to calm them down. I've been in, a handful of other little physical things. I can't recall, and I might be wrong, but I can't recall ever having an adrenaline rush during one of these. I was confident that it would go well. I wasn't scared. I wasn't reacting in some kind of a primitive way. It reminds me of doing jiu-jitsu. When you first train, and you have to think way back for some of you guys, and I talk about this with new people too, because they're exhausted. When someone grabs your neck and they start to choke you, your body, it feels like someone's going to kill you. And it's scary. And you could know, I'll bring a friend in. My friend knows I'm not going to hurt them, but their body doesn't. Their body will freak out. They have no control over that. As you do jiu-jitsu, you kind of turn that down a little. That little knob gets turned down and down and down, and you feel like you're going to be all right. And then in a real thing where somebody who may not really care about you whatsoever, as long as you're doing okay, you know the positions, you know the moves, you know the techniques, you're ahead of the game. You're winning. Winning for both of you guys. Think about a law enforcement officer who doesn't have confidence. They need to throw the first punch or they are screwed. They need to really injure this person right away or it's going to go bad for them. Every fight with a law enforcement officer, it's a gunfight. There's always a gun involved. There's a handful of other tools and weapons on their belts or vests that can be used against them. Those are scary. But if you have confidence that this person isn't going to take your gun away from you and shoot you, isn't going to get the better of you, isn't going to knock you unconscious or out-grapple you, you'll be a lot more control of yourself. The fights will be less violent for both of you guys. I'm talking about confidence in a fight, and really, the only way to get this is to be grappling people on a regular basis and doing your best, and then occasionally grapple a new person and notice how easy it is. Usually, not always. But new people don't know what they're doing. And most people that law enforcement deal with really don't know what they're doing. There's no reason to treat them like a training partner that knows what's going on. Control them, don't hurt them. Work with them and keep both of you guys safe. I'm talking about confidence here. Carrying yourself with confidence. You know you've earned this. It's not a false confidence. I think jiu-jitsu can install this to a degree. Another thing it does, it doesn't make you overconfident. I don't want to be in a fight. I know that any of the people I've had to deal with in real life, if they had a knife or a gun or somebody from the other room came out with a frying pan and smacked me in the back of the head, those are all terrible things that could happen. And I hopefully would deal with that okay, but these are all super big risks. So don't walk around overconfident because you got a blue belt or a couple stripes or black belt, whatever. These things can turn in an instant. But carry yourself with confidence. Hopefully they'll read on that and they'll cooperate a little bit better. They won't want the fight. I think there's some subtle things people pick up on when they see somebody who they think is weak. You don't have to be big or strong. Walk with confidence. Have that air with you. I think you'll have less fights. Guys, law enforcement out there, stay safe, my friends. First responders, be safe. Have a great day and stay sweaty.